a news program from a Native perspective. Whether it's a flagpole raising or whether it's an elders conference, if it's important to the people and I make a story out of it, this is the most exciting, wonderful, fun time of my life. Hello and welcome to Heartbeat, Alaska. I'm Jeannie Green.
There's a heartbeat, louder than thunder, revolution is in the air. There's a heartbeat deep inside our mother. Are you too cool to care?
Hello and welcome to Heartbeat, Alaska, Native News and Native Information. I'm Jeannie Green. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we visit the beautiful village of Huslia, Alaska, and what a joy it was for my cameraman, Mike McCormick, as he visited there recently. He said Huslia has to be one of the most hospitable villages in the whole state, and I think you'll see why. Join us for one of the most wonderful shows we've ever aired, coming up right after this.
I'm Chief Evon Peter from Brushine Co, Alaska, and Heartbeat Alaska will be right back.
Heartbeat Alaska chooses the Longhouse Hotel, the official hotel of Heartbeat Alaska. And this is where we choose to house our guests that come from all over the world to spend time with us. And this is where we hope you will choose to spend your time when you come to Anchorage. Choose the Longhouse Hotel, the official hotel of Heartbeat Alaska. Welcome back. We here at Heartbeat Alaska have a lot of fun. We travel around the state of Alaska and share the lifestyles of those we cover. And today we have a very special program, Huslia, Alaska, home of Athabascans. Just a few hundred of them live there, but they have a very interesting lifestyle and yummy, nummy foods. When you first arrive in Huslia, you think, brr. And then you're taken back by an overwhelming reception of the many friendly faces that are there to greet you and pick up the incoming supplies for the village. And although it's 10 degrees below zero, you get a warm feeling from these strong Athabascan people. It's a feeling of respect and admiration for a culture that has survived for hundreds of years on their own. Located in the Koyukuk National Wildlife Refuge, Huslia is a humble community that takes pride in their heritage. 290 miles west of Fairbanks, this Athabascan village is located on the banks of the Koyukuk River, which is their main transportation route year-round. It's a small village, just under 300 people, that lives a subsistence lifestyle, hunting moose, caribou, bear, waterfowl, rabbit, and other small game. Salmon berries and blueberries can also be found during the summer months. The community of Huslia is advanced by some standards. They are all tied into a well, which provides running water for all the homes, most of which are log cabins built by the residents of the village. A sewer system has made honey buckets long obsolete, and 3 family-owned stores supply those things that Mother Nature cannot. It's a comfortable lifestyle for those who live here. There is one catch, though. You have to have a taste for
dried moose meat. It's smoked in the smokehouse for 5 days, along with smoke and some garlic salt. And then after we dry it, we bag it in gallon bags. Then we chop it up like this in little pieces, and we just munch on it with little bear fat, which is right there. It's just like We dice up the bear fat and we make it like bacon and take all the grease out of it, and we put grease in a cup. And we eat that separate too with some dry meat. But this right here is just bear fat. And this over here is smoked salmon, Yukon smoked salmon. My sister made this down at Kaikuk. She salted in a brine for 15 minutes, then she smoked it for a couple of days. And for me to get this fish, I trade with my sister down at Kaikuk. I send her some of this dried moose meat, and then she sent me fish of the same weight, and that's how we trade. We don't buy fish, or we don't sell dried moose meat. We just trade. And we go out and boat after the bears get fat from blueberries and highbush berries and rose hips, and that's in August. Then we go out with boat and we hunt them, and that's where all this fat is coming from. One so far.
Josh Olin has lived here in Huslia for most of his life, 46 years to be exact. Not only is Josh the second chief of Huslia,
Okay, yeah, I don't have very much mail going out.
but he is also the representative for Warblow Air and Right Air Service, 2 passenger and freight outfits that travel to remote villages around Alaska. With the help of his 2 sons, Donovan and Ryan, Josh and his family keep busy in this tiny town, hauling cargo and mail back and forth around Huslia. Donovan Olin's day is a long one. When the planes get close to town, Donovan hops in his truck and takes off for the post office, where he picks up the outgoing mail for the incoming plane.
Every day, hey, 2 hours a day. Mostly just waiting for the plane and stuff though.
Then it's back to the post office with everybody's mail and off to the family grocery and hardware store until the next plane calls in. As for Belina Farmer, her day starts off a little differently. Belina doesn't get rolling until Justice is served. Her toothbrush. You see, Justice is Belina's young daughter. Then it's off to work, which is the next room over. Belina and her father own and operate the Huslia General Grocery Store.
He opened it in July, and I moved home like a month and a half ago. But before that, he'd send me up some money, and I'd go shopping for him, and it's a lot of work.
Work is something that these people are not afraid of, and it takes a great deal of it to make a life for yourself in this often windswept land. It's a way of life that demands respect from any and all other cultures. We have more of Huslia, Alaska coming up right after this. But first, I have a very important message to tell you. On December 8th, we invite you to our Heartbeat Alaska studio. It's on a Saturday from 1 to 4. We'll take your Christmas greeting and send it out on our Christmas special. We'll have hot dogs and hamburgers. This Christmas party is co-sponsored by Wave Wholesale, now called New Wave. You don't want to miss out. It's 6216 Old Seward Highway. We open the doors to the public and welcome you to be a part of our Christmas special. I'll be back with more Huslia, Alaska right after this.
Aviation. It's knowing how to make distances seem shorter. The art of buying you time. The business of bringing people together. And another reason to look up. Era Aviation. This is our sky.
You can't travel to interior Alaska, specifically to Huslia, Alaska, without experiencing some of their wonderful wintertime activities like dog sledding. There was once a documentary filmed in Huslia called Make Prayers to the Raven. They are the keepers of this land, the eyes and ears of the spirit world, a reminder of where you really are.
Like you're in a good, safe place, and you're relaxed. Because we were away when I did my student teaching 2 years ago, and then I went to Akiak to teach. We came home, it was so good. We were so glad to be near our family. That family is what really makes a difference for me. You have to have that family life. And then family, you have to be able to define that as working together.
And working together in harmony. It's a busy life for all those who live in Huslia, including the kids who are busy at school, learning all those things that we've forgotten, and some things we've never learned. And after a hard day at school, it's time to relax. Or use up whatever energy they have left. As for the older kids, nothing takes the edge off a rough day at school like a little... Or maybe a little... And let's not forget about the adults who wear themselves out yelling, "Bingo!" And for those who enjoy something a little more fast-paced, these girls are running Tim Pavlik's dogs around 6 Mile Track. It's just part of their heritage, a part that these girls don't want to lose.
You get to get on and you get to run and everything. Like, feels like you're lost or something.
What kind of sounds do you hear when you're out there?
Nothing, just the wind and everything. And the dogs going. Then you bring them back, and then you take them off the hanger and feed them.
They're gonna mix it until the food's really mixed up nice. The kids are helping me out with the dogs like they usually do. They've been looking forward to running them all summer long.
They help me feed the dogs all summer, clean the yard, water them. Oh, they enjoy it a lot. Sometimes I had a four-wheeler to hook up my dogs, and I had a four-wheeler behind us, and both are packed.
By the Nature Conservancy of Alaska, working with Alaska's rural communities to conserve and protect our natural heritage.
Heartbeat Alaska is brought to you in part by Bristol Environmental and Engineering Services, serving Alaska since 1994, a subsidiary of Bristol Bay Native Corporation.
Hi, I'm Mark from Scan Home, and we are proud to sponsor Heartbeat Alaska.
Scan Home, serving all of Alaska's home and office furnishing needs. Thank you, Scan Home, for making Heartbeat Alaska possible.
For more than 50 years, Frontier Flying Service has been your connection to rural Alaska. Frontier Flying Service, a proud sponsor of Heartbeat Alaska.
Heartbeat Alaska is brought to you in part by TribalNews.com, the world's most complete source of Alaska Native American news on the internet.
Heartbeat Alaska is brought to you in part by Brown's Electric Lighting Gallery. Thank you, Brown's Electric, for your generous support of Heartbeat Alaska.
Anaseyos otnika, anaseyos otnika. Hey ho, tlatlado yetlane.
Not only can these Athabascans sing, but they can play music with the best of them. The Huslia Band has been together for almost 20 years. They travel to villages and towns across Alaska, sharing their music and their talents with others.
This is my mom. She's going to make a Christmas stocking for one of her grandchildren. She's got pattern, and she's going to copy this one. This is the pants area. This is hat or something. So she's going to sew this on, and that's how big stocking those kids want. And she's going to put some other items on there.
Look, a shirt.
Lorna made this.
This is for patlats for your sister.
Okay, they usually make slipper tops and slippers for memorial potlatch, what's coming up for my sister.
Unfinished, though. I still have to do this part.
And this
is mine too.
This is how they put in the background. This one right here is for glove top. This is how they fix it. And this is wolf skin.
For many, keeping up on their traditional practices and activities isn't just a way of passing time. It's also a way of keeping in touch with who they are and where they come from.
Let glass go inside here. That's a glass case. Oh, this is another glove top. This is how it is. And this is a scissors holder. You put the scissors in here. And she made that. And this looks like it goes on top of slippers, boots. We don't have one around here.
They have one,
Yeah.
this, something like this go on the front.
Oh yeah, and it goes like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Okay, this is a glove. Looks like a homemade. Looks like a homemade gloves. All the moose skin, beaver skin, and it goes like this. Mm-hmm.
Safety.
It's when you drive your snowball. Oh, no more dog teams. Okay. And this is another one right here. Looks like another homemade one. You'll see they're a little bit different.
I make them.
This one has a little moose skin in between the sewing. And this is another glove. This is the these kinds right here. Glove top. Looks like store-bought gloves, beaver skin. Oops, missing them. And this is a Martin. This looks like my Martin hat.
David's.
Oh, this is a Martin hat. You wear them like this.
You know, last year, or 2 years ago, I made 36 like
Or-
that before Christmas.
If you're in a house, it's too hot, then you tie it up on top. This is a marten skin. Usually have two tails. Oh, this is another one. Looks like this is Selina's marten hat. And theirs is a marten foot.
Three.
And this is a moose skin scraper.
Not moose skin.
Oh.
For caribou leggings.
Oh, for caribou leggings.
That's
Notice the gray tape?
Or anything, you know, when you work on. And that needle back.
Ouch!
100
Yeah.
years old.
There's
needle
100 years old needle bag. Mom had it for years and years.
That's a good time
Cloth.
to mention. Maybe that's a good time to mention how old your mom is.
Oh, okay. This is Mom, and this is her needle bag. She's 89 years old. She'll be 89 in December. So by this time, this tape will air. Wish her happy birthday. And now this is a ruff she'd been working on.
Yeah.
This is a
This woman's.
woman's ruff. This is the caribou. I'm not caribou. Wolverine and wolf. You can see on the inside how she sew all the pieces together.
Yeah, that's back part. You know,
So
that round
it
there.
can be round like this. Oh, looks like this is another one. This is just a wolf skin, that one. This is Mom's pastime. She likes to dress up dolls, and she make homemade clothes for it. She usually make native style clothes.
No, and Lisa gave me that doll.
Yeah, her grandchildren gave her the doll, store-bought dolls, and she just dressed it up.
That's when I got Lisa to make fish and mix.
And this is Mother's pride and joy, I guess. This is where all her stories go and all her songs go. It's an old-fashioned tape recorder holder.
It's a place where the young people can have fun, the good old-fashioned way.
Go hunting, trapping, and go target practicing, skiing, ice skating, playing basketball, Indian kickball.
And these young people are dedicated to keeping the community alive.
I try and get more jobs here, learn my native language, and try to teach it. Teach all of the different skills that they know.
Skills that will last the kids of Huslia a lifetime.
They need someone who can really teach them about our native culture, and they need to know that it ain't all that boring. We need more games. The rec center was a big change. Everybody loves rec center.
Selina Sam oversees the rec center in Huslia. But more importantly, she gets involved with the kids, which is just what these kids need.
One of my goals is to work toward getting them to communicate with their parents and to their pairs, work together. In order to be a family, in my view, is, you have to work together with your children and your brothers and sisters. work as a family. But I don't know how you would say it, how that you have to be able to communicate with each other's, instead of just take it for granted that your parents will put food on the table for you all the time.
Because it's not always easy putting food on the table, like this bear, for example, which made for some delicious bear stew. It's quite the change from McDonald's and Taco Bell, a change you have to taste to appreciate.
That's the ram of Huslia.
But there's no time to eat for Donovan and his dad, especially when there's another plane coming in and it's got something special on board. Some lucky kid will be smiling tonight, and so will the Olin family, because this snow machine is for them. It was kind of like that feeling you get when you've been gone for a while and return to your home. That warm reception of family and friends, that feeling of security and comfort. It's a place that we here at Heartbeat Alaska will hold close to our hearts and will remember fondly for years to come. Thank you very much for joining us for another Heartbeat Alaska Native News and Native Information. And thank you, Lorraine Vent and the native village of Huslia, for making this story possible. Well, you never know what's going to happen when you come visit Jeannie Green in her Heartbeat Alaska studio. I have Bruce and Peter here. They're from Bethel, Alaska. Come by to say hello, and I want to invite you to come by and meet me too, especially for our Christmas party taping on December 8th, right here in our Heartbeat Alaska studio. The sign says Jeannie Green Productions, and that's 6216 Old Seward Highway. Thank you once again for joining us. What do you say, guys?
Hi. Yeah, same here. Hi.
We'll see you again next week.
Where are you at?